Hi, everybody.
Hey everyone.
It's great to be with you today. We have something special that we wanted to share with everybody today. I think it was just a couple days ago on Sunday was the Rainbow Bridge Remembrance Day. And today happens to be National Grief Awareness Day. And so in honor of these kind of special days of the year and knowing as dog moms and dads that that is something that if we haven't dealt with it already, we will eventually be dealing with the loss of our pets or our dogs. We wanted to be able to share with you and remind everybody, in case you have forgotten, that we have a very special dog loss series. It's a guide that we put together with lots of parts and pieces, and it's something that we really it holds a near and dear spot in our hearts because this is something that we've dealt with in fairly recent years, and obviously over time, as people that have had pets all our lives, right? And so we just wanted to remind everybody that there's this resource out here that we've put together. It's completely free. There's no strings attached. It's just really our way of giving back to the dog loving community. And we just wanted to take a few minutes today to share with everybody what it is and how you can get it.
Yeah. And one of the things that makes it so special, it was one of the first things that we created. As you know, we are now Hound Hugger DIY, but originally we still are, we have our kind of parent company, which is We Heart Hounds. And that right at that time, as the company was coming together, one of the first things was Patty was dealing with canine cancer and sort of the eventuality of the loss that happened with that. And this was one of the very first things that we created. And it was coming from like our hearts and where we were at the time, but also we've seen an incredible amount of people reaching out and really appreciating. We have kind of a video series and some other things that we're going to talk about, but it really felt like there was a need out there. That was part of the reason why we decided to go ahead and create it, was because we were creating the thing that we were kind of looking for. And so hopefully we've heard from many of you that these resources have been really helpful. So we just want to let everyone know, especially on these kind of special days, these are out there. If you know somebody that's struggling, it's a challenging topic because there's still a little bit of stigma sometimes, depending on the crowd that you're in. There can be a little bit of stigma about people that are really suffering with the grief that they're going through from the loss of a dog or a pet. And sometimes you get that attitude of like, it's just a dog, or why aren't you over this yet? And we want to let you know, this is your family.
Right.
These losses are huge. This is a safe place to feel whatever it is that you're feeling. You have people here that absolutely understand how difficult this transition is for you. So that was kind of what we wanted to create, and hopefully that's what we've provided for you. So yeah, we can kind of talk about specifically what is in our Guide to Surviving Dog Loss kit. And
so first of all, it's a really easy way to get it is to click on the link in the description of this video, wherever you're watching. If you don't have the link, it's offer.wehearthounds.com/dog-loss. And you go to that link and it'll ask you to sign up for an email series. And what we've done is we've split the resources into 6 different emails. So you'll get 6 different emails that'll have specific items in them that'll help kind of walk you through all the things that will really support you in your healing as you go through that journey of healing and through the grief process. And so one of the first things that you'll get, and they're accessible right now too on YouTube, is a link to our video series. Basically what we did is we reached out to Peggy Hames. She is a grief coach, grief counselor. And we had a wonderful discussions with her. There was a 5-part, I think it's ended up being 6 videos, but there's a 5-part grief series in talking to her on all the different aspects, the major topics around how to heal from the loss of a dog. And you'll also get a link in that email to her book on how to heal from the loss of a dog. So you have these wonderful videos and her book as well. That is a really great place to kind of start. It's so nice to hear from other people, like how they're going through it. We were getting a ton of comments, so you can read other people's stories, hear how other people are going through the grieving process, or what happened in their particular situation that maybe might resonate with you. And then there's also, in that first email, you'll get a link to an article that's called Moments After. And in that article, it addresses those what to do immediately within days and weeks of the loss of a dog, because sometimes we get so overwhelmed with our grief, you start to get numb. You're not sure what to think or how to feel, or how to react or act. And it's a beautiful, beautiful article that we really think will help you kind of start acknowledging the process of the grief that you're feeling and how to start working through that, or things that that'll help you take care of yourself as you go through this process, because it is so heart-wrenching, right?
Yeah. And so the next couple emails, so the next email will have a couple of ebooks in it, and one of them is helping kids cope with the loss of dogs. So it's kind of some ideas and tips and ways to kind of broach the subject with your kids, because obviously it's a loss in the family to lose a dog, and so your kids are going to be going through it as well. And then we also have a book on how to help your other dogs deal with a loss in their pack. So because your other pets, you can definitely see, like, sometimes they can have sort of grief symptoms, depression, that sort of thing. So things to watch out for, and also things to kind of help ease that for your dogs as well.
Right. And helping other dogs grieve, that's something, Hillary, you've definitely, had to go through as well, right? So these are things that we have all resonated with, right? Or we found the most important to focus on. So the next emails that you're going to get in the series, one is on how humor can actually help you through the grieving process, and that it's eventually, it's okay to smile, to laugh, to think back fondly, to remember those good times. And even just to live again, right? Sometimes we feel like we're so crushed that our dogs just, it's so devastating that we just can't see how we can move on. But our dogs, all they ever want for us is to be happy. That's all our dogs ever want. They thrive and are so happy. They wag their little tails when we're happy. That's all they would ever want. And that's all they would continue to want in us. And so kind of touching on the topic of humor, which I think is a really interesting topic to cover when you're talking about grief. So we have a resource on that, and then we have,
and we actually before you jump into that one, we also have the online memorial kit. So
sorry,
no worries. So there's another email that'll come before the humor one, which is an online memorial kit, which gives you an opportunity. It's an online resource where you can kind of create your own memorial for your pet. And then also a guide to memorial gardening. So I know for some of us, it's working, obviously, Patty and I love to craft and things like that, and do things with our hands. And working through grief, sometimes it's easier just to be able to get your hands dirty and do something. So we have a guide that helps you with some ideas for making an online memorial garden, or things that you can do kind of in your space to beautify it and help you kind of create a remembrance around your pet.
Yeah. Sorry, Hillary, I'd forgotten. Nope. We have so many resources.
We have a lot of resources.
I had forgotten about those, and those are really important. So yes. And then finally, the last email that you're going to get will be a resource guide for grief support. So lots of online resources, local resources, national resources, all that kind of stuff. We kind of did a bunch of research and found all the places that will allow you to dive deeper into kind of meeting with other communities, their Facebook groups that are on dog loss, all that kind of stuff, where you can kind of keep that process going to help you feel like you're a part of a community, help you through some of those dark moments and get past that so that you're back to, whatever that normal life is again, right? Whatever normal is again. So lots of really good resources. I hope you guys find that they're helpful. This is completely free. Again, there's no charge for this. It's just a six emails and you're done. You won't hear from us again. We're not going to, trying to sell you anything. It was really just our way of giving back to all the wonderful people. As Hillary said, when this started, my husband and I lost our dog Clover to canine cancer. And there was just such a loving outpouring of support and care and encouragement from our family, our We Heart Hounds family, and now our Hound Hugger DIY family, that we felt it was important to do something in return and give back to all of those, because it's something we've all experienced, or as I said, will eventually experience if you have a pet at home. So hope you find that there's some comfort and peace in these resources for you. We're here if you want to chat and share your experiences in the comments below. We're happy to kind of help you through that as well, and reach out to other close friends and family. It's important to help yourself through this healing process and not feel like you're just doing it all alone. There are a lot of people out there that are happy to help you and support you along your journey. And we hope these resources will help you with that as well.
Yeah. So. And just kind of knowing you really aren't alone. There are a lot of people that have been where you are or some version of where you are and can really relate to what it is that you're sharing out there. So it's nice to kind of feel that community. And as Patty mentioned, there's a link in the description to sign up for the email series. So you can find that there. There's also a playlist on our YouTube channel. We would love it if you would subscribe. A lot of the stuff that we're doing is crafts and things like that. But this is obviously a huge part of our heart and something that we will always have available, because we do know that there's a huge need for it. So
Right. May you guys find comfort, peace, and gratitude in the short but sweet lives that we have with our dogs. Thanks, everybody.
Thanks,
Take care. Have a good day.
Bye.